Hello everyone, my name is Holly and today I'll be showing you books I plan to read in November. So we actually had no plans to film a TBR at all. I think for a little bit until I get my reading on track, I'll be doing seasonal TBRs.
No mother, no more lies!
I've been really trying to steer clear of those as I do not stick to them lately. My brain just wants to rebel so hard, but there are books coming out this month that are my most highly anticipated releases. I have been waiting all year for them and I will for sure be reading them, and I want to share my excitement with you. Maybe you're excited about them as well. I hope so actually, as one of them is part of the read along that I'm hosting, so be ready for that. So I only have 4 books here because they are all very thick, so this video may be on the shorter side. I might read more than that, or I might not. My reading is so unpredictable this year, by far my most unorganized. I'm very behind on all the books and videos.
Oh boy.
I don't know how past Holly was on top of these things, but hopefully I can bounce back next year and just start fresh. I'm really looking forward to that. Anyways, I'm going to start with the book that I am currently reading, which is this beautiful book right here, The Boneshard Emperor. This is the sequel to The Boneshard Daughter, which came out last year. Surprised the heck out of me. It ended up in my top favorite books of 2020, and I normally have a really bad memory when it comes to remembering a book I read over a year ago.
I don't remember that at all.
But I remember everything about that book. I have such specific scenes in my head. I remember how it ended in detail, so I knew I would go into the sequel with some ease, which is why I dived into it so fast. I started this the day I got it from Orbit Books, which I'm so grateful for. If you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, then you saw my excitement, and you'll be seeing it again in my next book haul, which is actually going to be pretty soon because I already have a huge stack of books to show you, so I guess be ready for that video. But anyways, I am nearing the 200 page mark and I am loving it so far. By the time this video goes up, I might be halfway through it. Immediately you're dealt with some interesting dilemmas that are setting up the plot really nicely. Chapter 1, you're already in the thick of it with some intensive scenes, and it's flowing easily from the previous book.
Damn, okay.
But I am so excited to see how these characters develop, especially with their new rules. It's really fascinating. I'm excited to explore more parts of the world, find out what the heck is going on with the hidden magic that's surfacing more and more. So far, so great, and I'm flying through it. Andrea's writing is slick like butter. She writes in a way where you'll sit down to read, and an hour will go by, and you'll have no idea, and you've read a large chunk already. That's the good stuff, especially for someone who gets distracted very easily. Then right after I finish that book, I'll be reading The Fall of Babel. We've come this far, guys. We've made it. This is what we've been building up to. If you're new or you missed it a few months ago, I am hosting a read-along for this series. We've been reading each book every month in anticipation for this finale, which started in August, which feels like yesterday and a million years ago at the same time.
Oh my god!
It's been very hard holding myself back from starting this one. Not only have I had to stare at it on my Kindle, but also this beautiful copy here on my bookshelf. It's been taunting me, but I knew I had to stick to my own rules. I will be reading this with you. I do want to mention, if you haven't reread the previous books, so it's been 2 years since you read The Hod King, Josiah included a refresher segment at the beginning of this, which is super awesome. More authors need to do that, so that's going to be really nice for those of you who are intimidated by your lack of memory. Also, this is by far the thickest of all 4 books in the series, with the smallest print ever, and I could not be happier about that. I want the last leg of the story to last. I'm going to savor each and every page, so I might not even finish it this month, or maybe I won't be able to stop myself and I'll just binge read it. I guess we'll see. I mean, that's pretty rare these days. In the back of the book here says, "Neither the tower nor its inhabitants will ever be the same again." That makes me very nervous. Up next, I would really love to get to Mask of Mirrors. This is a book that came out last year and I was unfortunately never able to get to it despite my plans. I believe it was even in a TBR of mine. I had all intentions of getting to it. The sequel comes out next month. It's red, it's beautiful, and I'd love to try to get to this and try it out, see if I like it, and then go on to the sequel in December. It's a dark magical fantasy adventure that I am so ready to get lost in. Honestly, I feel like the cover gives us like an idea on what the story is going to be, which is atmospheric, lyrical, dreamy, nice break from the grimdark, that's for sure. It follows two characters, one of them is a thief and another is a con artist, and they live in a corrupt city that is roughly inspired by Venice, I believe. I am always craving a thief story, and I think this is going to satisfy me. It's going to fill my cup. In fact, as I was pondering my shelves, trying to decide what I wanted to include in this video, in my November TBR, I read the first few pages and I was hooked by them, which is saying a lot as this is dual written by two authors, which can be scary. You just hope they mesh well together, and I have high hopes. And the final book I have here is Sister Song, the shortest book on my little TBR stack here, so it's looking pretty enticing. I feel like this is similar vibes to The Mask of Mirrors slightly, and it's just what I'm in the mood for, I guess. This is a historical fiction fantasy that I keep putting off. I don't know why. It sounds lovely, but we're going to take it off my TBR this month.
Let's do it. Here we go.
It's a loose reimagining of the Trois sisters. My knowledge on that is very subpar, but I'm excited to learn. So we have a king and his three children who are each on their own path with their own problems, but are tied together in treachery. I'm definitely going into this one blind. I think I'll meld into the story better that way, but I've heard such great things about this. It could definitely be a new favorite. Okay, so this totally wasn't intentional, but there's definitely a very blue theme going on between the books. It's very pretty. Looking at these, I feel a little intimidated now, so be easy on me if one of these bleeds into December. Very likely. But I am so pumped for these 4 books in particular. I hope I love them all. I could really use some 5-star reads in my life. I think my last 4 or 5 reads have been 3 stars and under, so I've been lacking like a really good book lately. But I hope you enjoyed. Tell me the book you're most excited to get to in November. I'd love to know. Hopefully it's the Fall of Babel if you are participating in our read-along. It comes out next week, so the 11th, I think.
You tried your best, and you were wrong.
Hopefully my next video will be a reading wrap-up. I'm just trying to finish 2 more books before I film that, so hopefully I can get my butt in gear. Like this video, it really helps me. Subscribe if you haven't so you can see my review for these, and until we meet again, happy reading.